Welcome back. This is Mina with the Let's Play of Dot Hack Infection Part 2. I am really excited to get into this game. This is actually the first episode I'm actually recording, so I'm actually doing this recording and building it right now, and then I will be going back and doing Part 1. Thankfully, I will not be uploading them in that order. Um, it's kind of silly, but the main reason why I'm doing this is so that way I have all the emails and stuff taken care of. It's actually a lot easier to cut that episode down. So I kind of want to see how this looks, and hopefully everything looks good. And then I can worry about doing the first episode. So the main reason why I'm dividing up these episodes into really short parts is because I want to have an episode of nothing but the story beats and everything, and then an episode following after that with maybe some extra highlights of things that I did that aren't necessarily part of the actual game story. Mainly things like maybe I went and did all this extra stuff to get an extra item and clips of that, or going through the emails and forum conversations and maybe reading the news articles. And it's not actually going to be spending too much time on them, but it's enough of a break in between the very long story beats that I have to go through and cutting them down and coming up with creative things to say during them for my Let's Play. You may also notice that on each and every single one of my Let's Play videos, there is a silent walkthrough option. That is because sometimes you don't want to hear me talk. Sometimes I don't want to hear me talk. So that option's always there for you. I do appreciate those of you who take the time to watch me do my Let's Plays. I do want to spend a lot of time making this content, so knowing that somebody out there is going to listen to it makes it worthwhile doing. So in my part 1 video, I didn't actually include this part of the naming process, mostly because it takes so much time for me to type it all out. But I just wanted to go over the reason why I changed the character's name. It's just a preference, really. I just prefer changing characters' names. And I realize that some people don't like doing that. I just like doing it. It makes me grow more attached to the character, I guess. And while we're on the subject of naming characters, if you watch any of my other Let's Plays or videos of me playing games, you'll notice I have a habit of using the same name over and over and over. And that is Akio. I typically like using that for the male character, and Mina for female characters. Now the emails I'm actually going through at the beginning of the game are required to actually progress the story, but I only included the email from Orca in the part 1 video. I don't feel like people would really care about reading all the rest of these emails. And that's how I'm going to go through with the actual Let's Plays. If there's an email that actually tells me kind of like, hey, where are you going, what are you doing? It's going to be in the actual walkthrough of the game. If it's just like this, where it's just basically the game trying to tell you stuff about the game, like, I'm not going to include that in the walkthrough of the game. So this is just basically telling you about the servers that exist inside the game. Interesting stuff for lore wise. And then here's the email I showed in the previous episode. I included it in here just for integrity purposes. And the main reason why I actually included it was because this is actually the second time I'm playing through the intro of the game, because I didn't make a good cut in the first time, and in order for me to go through the forum, I have to make sure I read that email. So, and I couldn't save so beforehand, and I didn't want to interrupt the music, and it was just kind of like that weird sort of decision. I'll make weird decisions while I'm making this. We're gonna get used to it together. I thought this was really cool actually when I started playing this game again. It's supposed to be like Sony, and then like that headset was thinking like, oh my gosh, it's Project Morpheus. And this is funny too, the ellipses. It's like we have found out a way to include ellipses in voice recognition. Like, okay, so you gotta explain how people are doing ellipses with the voice chat. The web news is, it updates every now and then, and it includes sometimes stuff about the game, sometimes just random stuff. This is me going to the save menu. At a later time, I'll be going through the audio and accessory as I get items in there during the in-betweens of the story beats. This is, of course, the game menu, and we're going to go to the forum board and start reading through all of this. And there is a ton of just game tutorial stuff in here, and there's some non-tutorial stuff. I'm trying to keep a steady pace through this. If you actually want to stop and read it, of course you can always just pause the video, but I tried to give like a good couple of seconds for you to actually read it and pause without having to like frantically pause every couple of split seconds. This forum thread is just basically going over some basic stuff that I think half of it's probably what Orca was gonna try and teach us in the previous video. And it's really hard for me to try and remember what I'm doing in the previous video because I haven't recorded it yet. So this is me trying to like make up for that. We're just talking about elements here and the 6 elements and how they oppose each other. To be honest, I really don't pay attention to the elements in this game. This is going to be a my bad sort of thing. It's just like if I cast something and I notice, oh, it's not doing that much damage, I'm not going to use that ability. I'll use something else. That's me just being bad. But that's okay. Okay, next forum post. Play knowledge. And it's explaining about simple stuff like if it's so hard, recruit friends to help you. And then the next one is, oh, the Zeet statue. So I do want to actually do this at some point. Basically, there will be a zone where you want to quickly get to the very bottom and get to the statue or whatever. And these are the best scores. So those are the best times. And yeah, no, I'm definitely going to give that a shot. I didn't do that when I was younger. And, oh yeah, so the forum section includes things not just about, like, game stuff, but sometimes I comment on the random news that was being shown in the web news section. That's pretty cool. It kind of gives the game kind of, like, some sort of personality where you kind of get this feeling like, yeah, this is actually, like, an online game. But it's not. It just gives it a nice feel like it is. I actually really like how GU does like a little art gallery sort of thing. It really makes the game feel like you are in that MMO. This is just some keywords and talking about how the keywords affect the actual creation of the zones you go into, which Orca explained, kind of. I wasn't ever very good at understanding a lot of the mechanics of this game. Grunty. I don't remember if we actually see. We do see a Grunty. Yeah, that's right. We do. I am being dumb. I was like, do we actually see a Grunty in this? Yes, we do. Don't be silly. Okay. I'm about to sneeze. Don't sneeze, Mina. Don't sneeze. That's part of the problem about doing this Let's Play this weekend is because I am actually kind of sort of sick. So I've had to re-record myself 5 or 6 times now because I'm just coughing and sneezing. And so it doesn't sound very good, but I wanted to do it. And this is just explaining how the springs work, and I will be making sure to mess around with the springs. Golden axe, silver axe. And strong. Oh, yeah, this is just explaining that how the trade system really works. Which Orca doesn't explain, but it's kind of self-explanatory, I guess. It should make sense. Like, if you're trading with a Wand Master and you have a Wand Master item and they don't have, like, something that they technically really care about or want, you have a better chance at getting the trade done. Like, it'll give them more stars in the trade. They will actually want, even if it's a lower level item, but it's for their class, they will want it more. So, and then this is just going over more game mechanics. Thankfully, this is just going to be like the biggest part of the whole email collection thing. Like, there's not going to be like this many to deal with at the during this game. It'll just be every now and then there'll be an email, and then I'll toss in you know, email, forum post, web news, and then I'll toss in clips and videos of me battling, maybe me dying. I do record my audio when I'm actually playing the game on a separate mic, so I will have my reactions to deaths and stuff live, as opposed to this, which is just kind of like a recording afterwards. Anyways, coming up to the end of this video, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for part 3, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye!